All right, so welcome to Monday. We are doing the next step here. Last time we finished off with this one on a calculator. No, not that one. This one with the calculator. And it was like the end of the last meeting here. We finished off. And let's go with this one here. Let's go one more. So first things first is changed. Instead of just having X, Y, and Z, because we're going to have multiple things here, this can get huge. We're going to do X1, X2, X3. Now we can actually have an infinite amount of variables if we need to. So that's one thing. Second thing is, if you have not done it yet already, let's jam with the calculator. So first of all, I'm going to write it as a augmented matrix first. So 1, -2, 3 with a little dot, dot, dot coming down. 9. Everybody good there? Bless you. -1, 3, -1, -6, 2, -5, 5, 17. Are we good there? Cool. And the book, I guess we should talk about this. What the book does. One little quick thing in our minds, just to make sure we guys got this here real quick. Let me erase this real quick. Just so you know, so the book talks about it here. What the book is really saying is this right here. This is what you're doing. You are doing a 1, -2, 3 matrix, -1, 3, -1, 2, -5, 5. Everybody okay with those numbers came from? And then tell me if this will make sense. Is this the same thing as? Is that true? Remember when we do matrix multiplication, right? It is the, let me draw it out here with the markers here. Right, remember with it's the row operation, right? Multiplied by the, that's the first, yeah, that's the first row, huh? So look at this. This is 1 times x1 gives us this one. There's -2 times x2 to give us the other one. This makes sense here.
How do we get into solving it?
Noah, we'll get there in just a second here. Okay, so the reason why it is called an augmented matrix is because of this right here, is because you've set in your variables already inside there, and you've set an equal sign in there already, and you have multiplied with these guys. You have multiplied these guys together with an equal sign. So this little piece right here, that's what that little dots are for. That means you do have variables here. Your variables are actually stuck to your coefficients, and you have an equal sign, and you have the answer there. Okay, are we good there so far? Let's jam. We're gonna make this so much easier. So instead of 15 minutes for one problem, let's go with our calculator. So make sure it's on, make sure it's cleared. In fact, you know what, let me do this here. Yeah. Okay, so we go to the matrix, second function matrix, and I'm going to use F for the matrix. We're good? You guys can use whatever you want. We have an A built out. You could just use A again if you like. We good? I'm going to use matrix F. Click enter. Whoa, gee, sorry, hold on. Matrix edit F. We're good? You guys could use B. You guys could reuse A if you want to. We're good? So click enter. And it's going to say, what kind of matrix do you have? You have a 3x4 matrix. 1, scoot, 4, scoot. There it is. Are we good there? And you guys tell me when you need for me to slow down. We're good? Okay, so I'm going to enter these little numbers right over here. So I got a 1, -2, 3, 9, click. -1, 3, -1, -6, click. 2, -5, 5, 17, click. There it is. That's what I want there. All right, tell me, are we all good? Well, let's quit out of here. So second quit, go back to home screen. And we're gonna use the math now. So we're gonna go matrix, but now we're gonna do some math on this guy here. So all the way down to RREF. Now this is called row reduced echelon form. Just real quick here, just for you guys here, A and B. What is the difference on the calculator between A and B? Is remember in 8.1 we talked about what what A will leave you as is this right here. A will leave you as 1 with zeros on the bottom of the 1, but you'll still have other stuff to do. We good? What A leaves you is zeros everywhere except for the diagonals of the 1. So our REF is good. Jamming second function matrix, and we're going to name it. I use matrix F. Sure. This guy. We're going to go back to our matrix menu. And we're going to go to and name the matrix that you, so basically I want to do the math on this matrix. So for me, it's number F or letter F. That's the one I'm using here. Good there? No? Cool, enter. And then close off the parenthesis, click enter, and I think we should be good. Oof, okay.
Also, if you drink tea now, then you can, well, I have my coffee for today, so after school, you should go to Scouts. You get some really good. When I woke up today, we were like, oh, excuse me.
The last
Partying.
And tell me if you get it now. I think that's
That's where I was in like some flash. I was like, what are you idiot? Like, it's like, where was the wedding? It was at home, like, yeah, on the beach.
No, it was this really pretty, like, venue. I don't know, I've never been to. It was like a house, and then a super, I went to like this pond. That was super cool. That pocket almost lit on fire.
I did not.
We did. We're lighting these on fire. Because we got put at the kids' table. We were the kids' table.
Imagine being the kids' table. It was just tiny little shit.
No, he was lighting leaves on fire in a wooden barn.
Because
I had to light a
It's
candle.
like an wooden barn. You think it's gonna burn down the whole
Yes.
thing?
It is not. Pocket, however, if you did burn down the barn. What's
going on?
We're inside.
We
That's
have
the
to
kids'
do
table.
that.
You can't really pride it. That's an entire barn.
You know, actually, you want to.
Dude, that was-
Look, they would get three candles in there.
And then
I know.
I get it.
So you actually got.
All right, so that is the end of 8.2. We're going to jump to 8.3. 8.3, it's called the inverse of a square matrix. Okay, so this whole concept of inverse, again, something we're going to learn. Guys in the back, shh. We're going to learn this whole concept of inverse and then again use it towards a whole new branch of stuff. We're good. So what in the world is an inverse? First, let's go back. This guy here, you guys tell me, what is the multiplicative inverse? Ooh. Identity was what makes one, right? Multiplicative inverse means what do you multiply something to get one? So what do you multiply 5 to get a 1? 1/5. Absolutely, there it is. There's your multiplicative inverse. In this case, it's just gonna be 1/5. Okay, with algebra, and when we talk about algebra, we talk about multiplicative inverse as, ooh, what's another name for this guy? If you go from 5 to negative to 1, sorry, if you go from 5 to 1/5, what is that called? Starts with an R. So in algebra, if you're just dealing with one single number, we call it a reciprocal. When you deal with matrix multiplication, you can't call it anymore. Good. Cough, Luke. Just a little noise there. Let's begin with this here. So let's go with it. Let's label stuff here. So I want this. I want to know. So I'm going to say A is equal to, exercise 1. A is equal to -1 to -1, 1. I want to know what is A inverse. And the little symbol for A inverse is like a little -1 on top of the A. That's what I want to see.
What is that say? Oh,
Find A inverse.
so when we just do the thing with the calculator, and we just put it to a -1 top.
No, that's the thing. It doesn't work. It works with numbers, like regular numbers, like 5. Yeah, it works like that. Not with this stuff. So let's see what we were saying. I think we're saying this. We're going to multiply this guy by something over here, which will make us, ooh, anybody tell me what's the something over here? What's the one matrix for us? What's our identity matrix? That is it.
1, 0, 0.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to, yeah, that's what I'm trying to find right there. So think with me here. What should we do here? We don't know it, huh? So let me put some labels in. How about,
Top left be -1.
Can we do division? Like, since we have what we want, like, can we just divide it?
oh, that is so cool. Remember in 8.2, we never talked about division. We talked about addition, subtraction, scalar multiplication, and matrix multiplication. No such thing as division.
Oh, well, that's not very
Would
efficient.
the
Uh-huh.
top be -1, and 0, 0, move along?
See it there?
Would the top be -1, and 0, 0, move along?
Do you know? Nope.
Oh, yeah, we have to do the thing with the 0, 0 thing.
Yeah, huh? We don't even know what this is, right? So let's start labeling stuff. How about this? How about if I just label this as X, my variable, and I'll call it 1, 1. Is that okay? Top row, top column. How about this? I'm gonna label this as X 1, 2. First row, second column. This guy's gonna labeled as 2, 1 and 2, 2. Can you set up, ooh, matrix multiplication? Can you set up a matrix multiplication in this guy?
Can I or will I?
You should. So it's going to be this row, this column, is that right? So -1 times x11 is,
Wait, it's -1, -1.
and what's the next stuff? Which will equal what? Yeah, it's going to equal this one right here. There's my setup there. Okay, then I got my next one because there are going to be 4 of them. Oh boy. So I'm going to go here now. I'm going to go here. So -1 times x11 plus 2. That's the way I want to write it. That's easy enough to write down. X 2, 2, is that right? That should equal what? Zero. That guy right there. Okay. Got 2 more. So now I'm going to switch. Let's see, row and column now. So I'm going to do this one now and this one. So -x11 plus x21 is equal to 0 still, okay? And then last one here, over here. Negative x1, oh sorry, 1, 2 now. Plus x22 is equal to 1. Oh boy. Mhm.
X11 and X21 are the same.
Say that again.
We know that.
Oh yeah, look at this, guys. Well, look here. There it is. Is that true?
Let me just write all these down. There.
We can, Yeah, we can do some puzzle work here. Here's some puzzle work for us. I know that x11 and x21 are the same.
And then also,
What else do we know? That's true.
we also know that X12 is equal to 2X22.
Whoa, where? Okay, tell me why. Oh, right over here, right?
I was looking at the one right above.
This one right here?
Yeah.
So negative x12 is equal to negative 2x22, which is double, right? So this is a double relationship between these guys. I know that relationship. And those are not the same, huh? Those are. Okay.
Then could we add together the two equations for X11 plus X21?
We could, or we could just do this right here. Can we label, since these guys are exactly the same, is that right? Let's use some kind of variable. Let's just kind of use a variable. I'm going to call it M just to be way different from everything else. We good? Since x11 and x21 are exactly the same, I'm going to say both of them are M. And if both of them are M, is this true? Using this top equation right here. Is this true? Negative M plus 2M is equal to a 1.
Yes, that's true.
And if that's true, what's M?
-1.
Is equal to 1. Cool. I know this guy's a 1 and a 1. Okay, that's cool. So then I know a double relationship here. So if I say that x12 is M, then x22, oh, sorry, the other way around. Notice real quick here, the double relationship goes backwards. So if x22 is, I'm going to call it a different variable. Let's call it N this time. So that means x12 is, are we okay with 2N? Tell me if that makes sense. And if that's the case, I can write this one now. Let me rewrite this one in terms of N. So negative 2N plus N is equal to 1. Are we good there? I think N is equal to -1. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, if N is equal to -1, that means x22 is equal to -1. x12 is -2. And each of these guys is worth 1 each. Okay. A lot of work. What is our inverse operation? Crazy stuff, guys. We're like in the weeds of stuff. Okay, we'll get out of it soon. Say again. Oh, it comes from right here. So we found out n is equal to -1. We go back over here. N is equal to -1. That means x22 is equal to -1. Since x12 is twice n, it becomes -2. Okay, you guys tell me what is our inverse matrix?
1, -2, 1, -1.
Tell me if you guys agree. That was a long puzzle. Was that a long puzzle?
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, gotcha. There's a, you figure it's just a switching of the signs, huh? No, not really. That's kind of fun. Kind of good to go that way.
Couldn't we just want what's it called? Oh my god, I just solve it.
Let's do this here. Let's solve it by calculator real quick here, at least the first two here. So let me highlight a few things here. So first things first is, I know this relationship holds. You guys tell me if you're true or false. This one holds and this one. Is that true? We should get 1, 1 out of this, right? Notice we have two different variables, right? That these two have the same variable, and these guys have the same variable. So let's do this here. Let's make the yellow highlighted ones. Let's just punch them into a calculator real quick here. Let's see if we get what we need to get out of it here. So let's move it over. Let's see if we can do it in our mind here. Augmented matrix here should be a -1, 2, 1, -1, 1, 0. Everybody agreed? It's gonna be what? Mine's gonna be matrix G. We're good. I'm gonna edit matrix G right here. That's for me. You guys could C. You guys could just do B again. And mine's gonna be a 1, 2, 2 by 3 matrix. 2 by 3. Everybody good there? And my numbers are -1, enter, 2, enter, 1, enter. -1, and you tell me if you do not know where those numbers are coming from. Everybody good there? Cool. Let me jam back to quit. Go back to home screen. And it's going to be matrix, but now we're going to go to the math operation for it. So I need math operation for row reduced echelon form. So the RREF. And for me, and I'm going to name the matrix I'm going to work with. I'm going to work with G. G, enter, enter. So x11 is 1 and x21 is 1. Is that what I found out? We still have this one to deal with, though. We've got this one and this one to deal with. Okay, everybody good with 1, 1? Did we guys get 1, 1? We were just practicing. Did you have a question on? Did you get stuck or no? You got it. Okay, cool. All right, can you guys do this one by yourself here? This one, just to find out what x12 and x22 would be. Give you guys a head start. You know it's going to have to be, what do we get our answers for here? It's going to be a -2 and a 1, right? So I'm going to do the ones right here, outlined in blue now. And so -1, 2, 0, -1, 1, 1. And you know what? I can just do this. I'm going to go back since I don't need matrix G anymore. I'm going to just edit matrix G for the numbers I like. So click enter. It's 2, it's 3, yes. -1, 2, 0, enter. -1, 1, 1, enter. Okay, there it is. I changed matrix G into the framed blue, the blue frame columns for the matrices. Cool. Quit out of here. Math menu. RREF. And I'm going to recall G again with my new numbers here. And they better give me what I need. Yep, there it is. So I got my -2. X1, 2, -2, and -1 are my inverse matrix operations here. Okay. I know we're in the weeds here for a little bit here.
Oh, sure. So we just solved this we have another one,
Yeah, we solved.
and then just got the answer for all
Mhm. We essentially solved, we solved for column 1 the first time, and we solved for column 2 the next time. So we solved each of the columns. Okay, any questions, guys, so far? I know we're getting somewhere, just kind of slowly getting there. Okay, could we have done this real quick one more time through this here process? Could we have done this really quick by hand? So tell me. Like, no. If I did this real quick here, I just moved it to the next piece. If I were to take this one and this one out. Isn't that just 2 equations and 2 variables?
It doesn't show what the second.
Say that again, though.
The second equation.
That good?
Yeah, it just didn't show anything.
Oh, gotcha. Right here, 0, right? Yep. Guys, real quick here, isn't this just x and y? Like x and y equals this, and x and y equals that is just 2 equations, 2 variables. Could we have multiplied this by -1 and made it a positive, negative, negative, and this no change whatsoever? No, sorry, it's 2. Come on, x to the 2, 1, x to the 1, 1, 0. Add them up. These guys would cancel themselves out completely. This would be a negative x21 is equal to a -1, and x21 is a 1. Are we good there? Notice this is just x's and y's again. And once I know that, I plug it in. Top or bottom equation does not matter. I plug it into the top equation here. This is 2 times that, gives you that. -1, and this guy gets you a 1. So you could have done it by hand as well. We're good. So this one right here, multiplied through by -1, makes this into a positive, negative. This one stays as is. And let's just see if this works out the same way as well here. So this guy's going to be a negative x22 is equal to 1. And there it is. This guy's equal to a -1. Plug it back in top or bottom. So the other way. A negative x12 plus a -1 is equal to 1. is equal to 2 and -2. And here's all our numbers here. Real quick here. Easier, what do you guys say? Easier to do it the puzzle way, because there's 3 different ways we did it. The puzzle way of doing it, the calculator way of doing it, or this way of doing it. What do you guys say? Calculator, if I use it? Okay. All right. Your job from beginning to end. Can you find me the inverse of this right over here? So it's 2. Thank you. All right, so it's not, this one's not going to be just changing signs here. All right, give you guys a little head start. Go for it. And eventually you could probably start setting up your augmented matrix right away, but you need extra little steps there. Give you guys 30-second head start. Go for it. We're going to solve for the inverse matrix. All right, I'm going to put in all the steps, but you guys put in the steps that you need here. I know this is kind of new still. So what we're dealing with is a multiplication of this times to give us, eventually gives us this right here. So the 2 equations that come out of it, 1 times that is x11 plus 4x2 is equal to 1. X12 plus 4x22 is equal to 0. Negative x11 minus x21 is equal to 0, and negative x12 minus 3x22 is equal to 1. There are my 4 different equations. Okay, again, by calculator, go for it. Or I actually even see opposites already. So if you want to do it by hand, that's fine too. I see this right here. This can come out. I can just do this already here. Those will cancel. It's going to be left with just a 1. Oh, that's so cool. Got it. All right, if that's the case, if 21 is 1, that means x11 plus 4 times 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, x11 is -3. Tell me if you guys agree there. So I know that 311 is there. And 2 and 1, I've solved for the first column. There it is. Good there by hand? If you did it by calculator, that's fine. I'm just doing it by hand here. So these two are set up to do I wonder if I could just do it like this. Let's see. I'm gonna do this one real quickly on the side. Let's see, x12 plus 4x22 equals 0. Negative x12 minus 3x22 is equal to 1. Add them up. That guy's gone. x22 is equal to 1. That's the case. Plug it back into the top. A -4, that's what I have there. So here's what I got. First column is a -4, 1. That's weird. Okay, guys. Signs did not switch by themselves, is that right? Here. Good. Yeah.
How do you tell which column goes first, is it calculator, or which one goes second?
That you can't tell by the calculator. You just have to keep things in mind as far as what you wrote down.
So like if they're on first, is the one that goes first?
Like 1, 1 would be first row, first column. Guys, what do you guys say? Just kind of went crazy a little bit. Talk to me. I feel like I lost you guys. Did you? Wait, totally. Okay, let's do this here. Let's quit for today. We will resume again, see if we can kind of put this into our brain on Wednesday. I just gave you guys a homework assignment today, so it won't be until Friday.
Oh, congratulations.
Yep.
I forgot to do the test over the weekend, so I will do that on